Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Gonna have to talk about this weekend's movements and also why we might be headed for a very fast recovery and what to watch. Now, a lot of this has to do with the new virus variant, Omicron, I believe, and that stupid crypto actually went up like 900% of the same name. That crypto's actually been around for like a couple of years, but people are dumb, and just because the crypto is the same name as the virus, they basically aped into it for no apparent reason. So the only thing that's more infectious than the actual virus is the Omicron crypto. So let's get that out of the way. And the next thing I really want to talk about is actually what's actually happening with the market right now is that, like I said, people did go for a knee jerk reaction to the virus variant without thinking about the bigger picture of it. Yes, it may, it might shut down some countries, but right now it's only shut down travel to South Africa. But think about like last time. Yes, we did have a sudden dip on a much greater percentage than that. Yes, absolute. We didn't dump like 8,000 points like this time. But absolute, we weren't even at 8,000 last time. Last time, like the flash crash was a full 50%, although it only lasted for like 5 hours. This time, the crash was only 8%, and it basically lasted for maybe a day. So a little bit longer, but not nearly as bad of a crash. Pretty good overall. Like, didn't really expect anything more than this because I knew this was probably going to happen because people had a knee-jerk reaction to it. And now that they've thought about it, they're like, hey, you know what? This doesn't really affect crypto. One thing you do really want to watch is the Dow Jones futures. And like if it's actually up or down. If the Dow futures continues to go up before open, we will probably open Monday with a positive note in the cryptoverse. If the Dow Jones future turns negative overnight, we might have some problems. Now you're wondering, shouldn't crypto be cyclical or like the opposite of stocks? No, not really. For the most part, like crypto are more like positively correlated with stocks than negatively because in the United States and other places where most of the money of crypto comes from, crypto is not actually seen as a utility vehicle. None of the cryptos are. They're seen as investment instruments. Therefore, they're kind of like asset instruments, exactly like how the stocks are. In fact, a lot of people, including myself, do just look at them kind of like stocks. It's just basically like an ultra volatile stock market. And I think there is like definitely there's definitely like a lot of people that actually look at it that way. So that's why it kind of follows. But for small movements of the stock market, it doesn't really matter. But for like these large ups and downs, crypto will largely follow, at least initially. Now, if we have a large dip, they generally do better than stocks in terms of recovery because crypto is not really reliant on people getting back to work and business getting started. In fact, the printing of money inflates the price of crypto, obviously, because you can't just print more crypto, at least not Bitcoin, and that's what all the crypto like depends on. So printing more money actually helps crypto. And also, when people are stuck at home and they're shut down and they get bored, they basically go online and they trade more crypto. So crypto isn't actually hurt at all by like these shutdowns, and I think like after a while, people recognize that. Yeah, I mean like Omicron, sure. What if it's like more infectious? It doesn't, like that doesn't really matter. It's not going to like start wiping out large portions of the human population. So the economic activity online is not going to be hurt. Things like crypto, things like Amazon and online retailers are actually helped by by things like this because people tend to stay at home. They tend to do more stuff on the computer. They tend to buy online stuff more. So they're actually not hurt by this as much as the overall stock market because if you think about the stock market, you have like airlines, you have travel, you have like retails, they're all hurt by it. Certain segments are helped, but a lot of segments are actually dependent on like face-to-face business, and a lot of those things can't happen if we have a really bad variant. Now, crypto is not like that. Everything kind of operates online on the network, so it's really not that bad. And like after the initial shock, after the initial sell-off, after people are like stop being initially afraid, realistically, crypto bounces back very fast. Last time it only took 1 or 2 days to fully bounce back. This time I expect us to be testing 60K by like mid this week, probably. The futures also expired next Friday, so there's not as much incentive for the bears to try to push it down. So the big signal we have to look at is the Dow futures and where the market actually opens. If the Dow continues to crash like massively, then we'll have a problem. If the Dow kind of like evens out or is positive, then I think crypto will make a full recovery and be testing around 60,000 for quite a while. I still don't think the bull run is actually over. I still think we will reach 100,000. It might drag into next year. Remember, like the last bull run, kind of like at least for alts, dragged into January, and this one actually might drag further, especially with institutions buying in, and even countries like El Salvador, Venezuela buying in. There's just a lot of adoption on the horizon. So wouldn't really be surprised if this extended until Q1 next year. But I do believe that we'll keep going up, and I do not think we have a bear market just yet. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.